Hear the Jeff Mudflap and the Gang podcast on the new Sonic KLLL mobile app. And the Gang, presented by Bolton Oil Center.
96.3 KLLL.
Toilet paper roll with a message from a 7-year-old girl written on it. So the note apparently was written in red marker like 35 years ago. It said, "My name is Emma Waddingham. My birthday is February the 4th. I was born in 1982. I'm 7 years old and nearly 8. She closed the message by writing, "I hope you enjoy staying here. Lots of love from a friend." So Charlotte, after she found this, she posted it, a picture of it, on a Facebook community page. Took less than 1 hour for Emma, who's now 43 years old, to be located. So she said she doesn't really remember writing the note, but she does recall her childhood home and even small details like the patterns on her wallpaper. But that's funny, but she doesn't remember writing that little note there. But
wow.
In the future, when Charlotte moves out, she says she's going to leave the cardboard tube in the attic for the next homeowner so they can also discover the time capsule. She said in another 35 years, someone else might find it. It'll be nice to see if it gets found. That's kind of cool. Did you ever do that when you were a kid, like write some kind of a note for the future, or a time capsule or anything?
I think as a class one time we did a time capsule, but I could not remember what I donated. But as far as like one in a house, no.
Yeah, we did. Because I grew up in the same house my whole life for the first 20 years of my life. So, yeah, I never thought about doing that. But we did do a time capsule. I think I was in 6th grade, I believe, and we did a time capsule at our school and buried it and covered it in concrete and had a little inscription on it. And it was going to be open at some point in the future. They probably already opened it, I'm guessing.
I know.
I don't even know what was in it. But.
I thought about that, too. I was like, they probably have opened it. Yeah. I do know that, we definitely left a lot of past deceased animals buried in the backyard in our old house.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, that's a real time capsule there. Let's see. Yeah, and then I used to always be fascinated with buried treasure, time capsules, that kind of stuff. And I can remember at one time, me and my friend lived across the street from me. We were going to bury a time capsule, and it was probably around the same time we did this in school. And we thought how cool that'd be. So we gathered up all kinds of stuff, put it in a little box, we buried it. And we were so excited to open. I think we dug it up like 2 days later. Yeah, remember that day that we put all this stuff in there? Yeah, it was kind of stupid, but I didn't have the patience for it. So
if you could go back and do a time capsule, what would you have put in it? What would you put in it?
I don't know. It's funny when you're a kid, the things that are important to you at that point that you would put in there. I mean, I'm trying to remember what we even put in there to begin with, but just like, probably just little Matchbox cars and certain baseball cards or something, and, that kind of stuff. I don't know that we put anything in there that would be a great record of what life must have been like earlier that week.
Yeah.
No, but I don't think we'd put any great documentation of anything. I don't even remember putting a note in it like, hey, we buried this stuff in this year and blah, blah, blah. If anybody ever, nothing like that. We just put stuff in a box and buried it thinking, man, someday somebody will dig this up maybe,
I know that the one at school, we put in a newspaper of that day that we buried it. So that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I think we did that, the one at school, because the teachers were leading that. They were smarter.
Smart.
Yeah, they were putting stuff that mattered in there. So
I could see, maybe putting like a Rubik's Cube, Stretch Armstrong. I'm just trying to think of things that you just don't see. Of course, now, Rubik's Cubes, I think those are still around.
Yeah.
Man, I don't even remember what the little, the toys that we used to play with. I just can't. Remember.
It's just been so long, hasn't it? Yes.
That maybe they don't, that aren't around. Well, that's funny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I don't remember all the stuff that was in it. I always wondered though if they did dig it up. I'd like to have known what was it. The one at school. I'd like to be able to see what. I wonder if they dug it up and they put it on display somewhere in the school or something, like in the trophy case or something. That'd be pretty interesting, really, to go back and see. But I don't know. I'll have to look. Maybe our friend Cressley, who lives in Lovington, and she's part of the gang. Maybe she knows if they ever did that. So, anyway, I'll look into that and see. It'd be funny. Call the school and ask. They'd probably be like, "Oh my gosh, that was a long time ago." I don't know.
They probably forgot they built or buried a time capsule.
Right? Yeah. You wonder did anybody ever remember to dig it up? So yeah, it may just still be there, but it did have concrete over it, and it was. I remember where it was. It was close up by the front doors of the school. It was my elementary school. Man, next time I go to Lovington, I'm gonna have to walk around and see if it's still is still there.
Jeff, Mudflap, and the Gang.
Missing you in the morning.
96.3 KLLL.
It was pretty hot for sure. So, But that's summer, and that's the way it goes. But yeah, it should be about 94 today. Had some thunderstorms move through earlier here, but it was weird because they're all to like the west of Lubbock, right to the west, and they were moving like west-southwest. You don't see that very often. Most storms that come through this area are moving east or northeast,
Yep.
and it's just kind of the pattern they usually follow. So when you see something like that, it's like, that's odd. But it definitely felt like a severe weather type morning, didn't it? Did you notice how muggy
I thought it was
everything is? Yeah.
very muggy and almost kind of eerie.
Yeah.
It was weird.
I walked out the front door, and I didn't even know there were storms or anything. And I walk out the door, and I see this flash, and I was thinking, man, did somebody just take a picture of me? Or is that lightning, or am I seeing things? I knew it was one of the three things. So I turned and looked, and sure enough, there's lightning. But, yeah, there was a lot of lightning this morning off to the west and the south. But looks like most of that's kind of, I don't know. It didn't look that bad. I just went outside a few minutes ago. Let's just see what let's take a look at the old radar.
We don't have our weather boy here this morning.
I know, Mudflap on vacation. So, yeah, the storms are still out there, but, yeah, they're still moving like they're moving to the west, kind of the northwest or something. Yeah, I don't know. That's just unusual. You just don't see them move that direction very often.
Carl says Brownfield from Levelland, lightning towards that area.
Yeah, it looks like Brownfield has got a big chunk of it going right through Brownfield right now. But, yeah, up through Levelland, shallow water probably in the moment here. Plainview, there's some just west. It looks like just moved through Plainview. So, yeah, let's see. South of Muleshoe, Morton's getting a little bit of it. So, yeah, so it's pretty widespread area there. But Lubbock, it's all kind of right at the moment. It's like south and north. There could be some like maybe closer to downtown Lubbock, it looks like. I don't know. I just know right here we don't really have anything happening here on Avenue Q where KLLL is.
Just a little bit of a light show is all
right.
You could see.
Let's see here. By the way, I started watching a new show this weekend. I watch a lot of TV. By the way, I did see the new Jurassic Park movie also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I dozed a little bit in that.
Did you
I didn't
really?
get into it. It's kind of boring. I don't know. I didn't think it was that great. I'd heard some good things about it, but I was like, I can't
Michael
recommend
saw
that
it.
one.
He liked it.
Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of. I think for me, I'm just tired of the Jurassic Park franchise. It's the same thing over and over. It's kind of like zombie movies or zombie shows. They're good, but it's the same thing over and over. Zombies attack, people brutally kill do what they got to do to stop the zombies, and then you're like, whew, all right. And then here comes the zombies again, over and over. I mean, it's just kind of what it is. And these are the same way. You got the island with the dinosaurs, and they have to deal with it and escape and all, and then somebody decides they're going to try to go back and do it. They get the DNA again. Then all of a sudden, here the dinosaur. I don't know. I just got very bored with it.
I think Michael probably just liked it because it's Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, he's a fan, right? Yeah, she was in it for sure. Yeah, I did doze a little bit in it though. That's when I know I didn't really get into a movie very much. But the show I started watching is on Netflix. It's actually pretty cool. It's called Building the Band, and it's like I don't know. There's several, like over 30 probably. I'm not sure exactly how many, but at least 30 singers go on there. And they want to be, and they call it a band, but they're not really a band. They're not playing music. To be a true band, you got to be playing guitars and drums and stuff. That's a band.
Right.
Otherwise, you're just singers, But anyway, they're trying to put these, or maybe a group. So their idea is they all want to be in, quote, a band, and so they're all isolated from each other, and they can't see each other or anything, but they listen to each other sing, and then they're trying to decide, do they want to have is it an all-girl group, or is it a boy band, or do they want to have a mixed, and you have to have at least 3, so it's 3 to 5 members. So the whole thing, as it plays out, you have to start trying to team up with people, but you've never seen them before. You don't really know anything about them other than just, these sight unseen interviews and hearing them sing. And so then they put together a group. They have 1 hour. They all have to go learn their parts of a song. And they still haven't met or anything, and then they all come out onto this stage one at a time singing, and put all their parts together and see each other for the very first time, and then they have to decide, oh my gosh, are we vibing, and all that stupid stuff they say, but it actually is kind of cool. If you like music shows, I like all those pretty much. So
I want to feel like there was something similar to that a long time ago. Isn't that kind of how Dan and Shay got together? I was thinking there was some duo. And they were on a show, and I want to say it was maybe the show that Taylor Swift was discovered on.
She was discovered on a show too? I don't know.
No, it was actually, I think it was the guy that discovered her. He was on one of those shows, one of those singing competition shows. Anyway,
I don't know.
I'll gather my information.
Well, look, Dan and Shay, that one I can't remember. Maybe they're dating each other. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know the Dan and Shay story, but I'm trying to think here. There used to be a show back in the day too that was pretty cool. It was, and I remember the only one there was a couple seasons of it, I think, and one season, NXS was looking for a new lead singer. And so you had all of these wannabe lead singers, and they come out and they perform in front of a live audience and everything, and then NXS is actually sitting there, and they're judging them and trying to find the one that fits their band the best. And that was actually kind of cool. That was something like Making the Band or something. I can't remember what that was called either. That was actually a good show. But, yeah, this one, I just stumbled upon it, started watching it. But, yeah, Building the Band on Netflix. So
one of the shows that Michael binge watched this weekend was the executive producer is Patrick Mahomes, and it's like the stories of quarterbacks. Okay. So like followed 3 quarterbacks through the whole 2024 season.
Oh yeah, okay, I've heard of that, but I haven't watched that.
And
either,
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, man, how long is this show? And because it was like 3 hours, and he was still watching the show.
Yeah.
It's like, well, no, it's like different series. I'm just binge watching
like
them.
Different episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of that before, but I haven't watched that one yet. So I know I just. You start watching shows and you stumble upon another one, and then you start, well, maybe I'll try that, and then then pretty soon you look up and you're simultaneously trying to get into 20 different series. Right. And
well, it's really cool because, like I said, it followed their career. It was Goff, who plays for the Detroit Lions. He was originally drafted to L.A. And then ended up being traded to Detroit. Right. Then Kirk Cousins and the Bengals quarterback. He played for LSU. I see his face.
Joe Burrow?
Burrows, thank you. Yeah. So it was the 3 of them, and it was pretty cool. And they even had footage of during games and what they're saying. Right. And just caution, it's not regular TV, so it's not bleeped out.
They talk like football players would talk.
They talk like football players and what coaches would talk about. So, but I found it very, very fascinating, and I really, I don't know, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that one. SJ just said binge watched Untamed on Netflix this weekend. Said it was really good. So that's another one I'll have to add to the list. I haven't watched that yet. All right. Well, one thing I did too. I made crack burgers yesterday.
Excuse me.
I saw this guy. I don't know. He was on TikTok, I think, and somewhere. Anyway, he's talking about these burgers, and they're supposed to be amazing. They're so good, they call them crack burgers. And I thought, okay, well, so I watched this thing, and I see. So I had to make a run to United yesterday, and basically you take the ground beef, and then you get bacon, and you just dice the bacon all up, and you mix that into the ground beef. Then you get sour cream and put in it, and then the ranch dressing mix, the powder,
just the powder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You add some of that in there. I think that's all. There may be one more thing I'm not thinking of here. I can't remember. But anyway, that's basically it. So you mix it all up and everything. Then you make the patties. You smash them, put them on the grill, and then add some cheese. And it was pretty dang good. It's probably how I'm going to start making burgers from now on.
Did you have a lot of flare-ups from the flames with the bacon in it?
I didn't.
Interesting.
No, because it's all in the midst of the ground beef and the patty, so it's not like just throwing bacon on there where it's just all the grease and everything. No, it was they cooked nicely, and I was wow, okay. I mean, they're so good that I think that's probably how I'm just gonna make burgers now
for the rest of your life.
Probably so.
Okay,
that's how good they were. Crack burgers. Who knew? But I had to go to United yesterday and get all the stuff for them, and something else while I was there, I was, I always talk about the seafood and everything. Last week we were talking about salmon and putting that on the grill.
Right.
I still got to get me one of those salt block things. Yeah, I don't have that yet. So this weekend I was like, I knew I was going to cook on the grill. I couldn't decide, is it crack burgers or is it salmon? And I obviously went with the burger because, I got to get that salt block thing. So, but it's on my list of things to do.
We don't need to have the salt block. You could probably just put the fish over where it's not on direct heat, but it just, because sometimes it can.
No, if I'm going to do it, I want to do it, the way people do it. I don't want to, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel or anything. I just want to do it with my best chances of success, and I think that's probably my best chance of success. So, so I'll do that. Yeah, you have to try that crack burger thing sometime. Pretty tasty. For the once every 5 years you might eat a burger.
I was going to say.
But yeah, but I got everything United. They had everything there that I needed. It was very simple. So
what did on that hamburger meat that you cooked with, was it like 80%, 80-20? Was it 90-10? Was it sirloin, ground beef? What do you know the percentage of fat content that was in it?
I don't know. It was some kind of a nice little square package of grass-fed, quality. It was. I didn't break down the percentages of anything. It was just some pretty high quality beef that was really good.
Nice.
And so
grass-fed. That's good.
Well, thank you. Wow. Did I get a blue ribbon? Wow. Thank you. But no, it was very good. All right.
Sounds good. Okay. Anything that you put bacon in, just like you had me at bacon.
Right. See, exactly. But anyway, United, though, if you want to try the Crag burgers, there you go. You could probably look it up online. You'll find it. And there's probably some different variations of that I just described. But it was all very good. Plus seafood, plus back to school stuff at United while you're there. Yeah, I walked by the aisle and I was seeing all that stuff too, and I'm thinking, man, I'm so glad I don't have to deal with that anymore. But if you do, just know that United is a handy place for all your back to school stuff.
Jeff Mudflap in the Gang. Making mornings great again.
Jeff, Mudflap, and the Gang.
96.3 KLLL. Red, white, and blue through and through.
Come on.
KLLL. You ready? Let's go. Hear the Jeff Mudflap and the Gang podcast on the new Sonic KLLL mobile app. From the Dollar Western Wear Studio, this is Lubbock's country leader and home of Jeff Mudflap and the Gang.
I'm intrigued, actually. You
sorry,
trying
I
to be like
asked.
Mudflap? Yeah, I might be up to see that. I think that could be interesting. So, all right, but no, Mudflap's on vacation this week, and he deserves it. He does not. I swear, he does not like to miss work. I will give him that. I mean, he would never take time off unless make him take time off. I really do. I have to go to him and say, listen, man, you need to take some time off. It's good for you. And I think he just gets bored. He likes coming here every day, doing the things, So I get it, but it's good. It's good to step away a little bit. So that's what he's doing this week. And I think he's got some other days off coming up this month and maybe into August. So,
well, there is golf involved in this week, so that it's easy for him to take off when he gets to play golf.
Yeah, I played golf this weekend. Did you play golf this weekend?
I did.
Yeah,
I played yesterday.
Yeah, I did too. I played yesterday morning with my son and daughter-in-law out at Rawls, and I put together just a really breathtaking brand of golf.
A breathtaking brand of golf. Okay, you're gonna have to elaborate on that.
Yeah, it was stunning. It really was. No, the Rawls course. I love that as a course. I love that course. I just can't play it very well, because it's such a technical golf course. It's like I can play better, and I use the term better loosely here, but I can play better on somewhere like Meadowbrook or Shadow Hill, something like that, where there's a little bit more wide open. Like if you hit an errant shot of some sort, you still have a chance. Mm-hmm. Out there at the Rawls, you hit an errant shot, you're probably never going to find your ball, especially this time of year and all the rain we've had. I mean, gosh, man, the vegetation out there in the rough. I mean, if it goes in the rough, you're like, yeah, okay, see ya. You can't even find it. So
we kind of had.
It's just tough with the accuracy, So.
I think you're right because of all the rain, and I know because we were out at Hillcrest, and I was going, wonder if the person who normally mows the lawn has been like on vacation because they're out of the fairway. The grass was so tall, it would just stop your ball, and then it would bury it. Yeah.
The rough out there too, like in the first cut, your ball would go in that, and it would already, because it was probably about 4 inches high, maybe something like that, but the ball would be down in it, and then you're already in trouble. Then you got to try to hit out of that, and then I couldn't. The first 5 holes I played, it was just terrible, like in the rough. Then you'd hit it out, and it'd go the other side in the rough, and then anyway. But I finally got it together a little bit, and kind of found it and actually played a few holes actually in the fairway. I was like, this is a lot easier in the fairway. But that is a tough course. If you've ever played at the Rawls before, I mean, I know you have, but for anybody, it's a great golf course. But man, it is a real challenge if you're just like a, weekend golfer, and yeah. So, but we had fun though. Enjoyed it.
Yes, we did. What reminded me when you were talking about that was it McIlroy that went to hit his ball it was
British Open, yeah.
Yes, the British Open this weekend. He went to hit his ball, and there was another ball buried underneath it. So he hit probably hit the ball that was underneath his. So his ball did not go very far.
Right.
And the ball that was hidden that he didn't know just like popped straight up or something.
Yeah, that was crazy. That I've never seen that happen before. That was really that was pretty bizarre.
Very bizarre.
Speaking of the Open, Scotty Scheffler won it, and man, he's playing so good right now. I mean, he dominated that thing. I mean, he had such a big lead that nobody was going to catch him, and it was really cool seeing at the end. He had his young son comes. He's little. I don't know how old he is, but he's barely walking, and he's trying to get up the little incline up to the green, and he can't. So they got one of the tournament officials came and picked him up and got him up on the green with his dad. That was pretty neat.
Cute.
So, but yeah, that was really a neat moment there with Scotty Scheffler. So,
well, Derek said if he found any balls out at Raw's, they were probably his from last Thursday.
Okay, yeah. It's funny too. It is so just thick out there when you're off the fairway that I didn't even really find any balls out there. And I usually, because I'm usually in the rough quite a bit, so I find balls, except my own. But yeah, I didn't see any, Derek, but thank you. But I was keeping my eyes open for it. So,
I was playing with my friend Julia, and she played. Her and her husband played on Saturday morning, and then we all went and played Sunday morning. Mm-hmm. Well, she had hit one of her balls out, and so we were trying to find her ball. Well, we ended up finding a ball that she lost the day before.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's good though. You still found it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I think I totally. I think I ended up losing 3, and nothing to be proud of. But like I said,
it's not bad. That's a tough course.
It is, but when you hit it into the tall grass and vegetation stuff, it is so thick that really you don't even want to go look for it, because at that point you're just holding up the process of playing golf. So you just got to go. You know what? See you, ball.
Yeah.
Somebody else may find it one day.
So my friend Rita says it's not a family heirloom.
Right.
Just go on, get another ball.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah. Oh, and then so yesterday, I get there and you check in, and the girl gives me the key to the cart. She said, yeah, just pick any one, I was like, okay. So I go out and I just find one that's right there. I don't put much thought into it. I just get in, put my clubs on, wait for my son and daughter-in-law to get there. And so they get there. So we drive up to the first tee, and the gentleman that works out there, and he's keeping the pace of play going, and telling people when they get tee off and all that kind of stuff. He looks down at the cart number I had, and it was 27. He goes, "Oh, that's my cart." And at first I was like, "It's your personal cart? What? Sorry, it was just sitting with the rest of the carts." And he goes, "No, that's my lucky cart." He said, "The other day I used that cart, so 27, that's my new lucky number." And he told me about the round he shot and everything. And I'm sitting here going, "Oh gosh,
oof,
yeah, boy, that felt bad." I said, "Listen, I hope I don't disrespect this cart with what I'm about to do on the golf course. I'm sorry, man. I didn't know this was your lucky cart." So anyway, so finally he's out on the course at some point there, and he stops by and, "Oh, how's it going?" And I said, "Listen, I'm going to tell you straight up. I think I've sullied the good luck of this cart, and I apologize." Anyway, he laughed, but I don't know if he really thought it was funny.
Oh.
But I did. It was, there's no luck left in that cart.
Well, Garrett said that he hit a record, personal record, 72 at the Rawls course last time he played. And then he went on to the back nine.
Yeah. Listen, Garrett, I totally get it, man. That is a humbling golf situation.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the kind of golfer. I mean, the golf I play, just average golf guy. I mean, if I could break 100, then I'm like, all right, had a good day. The best I ever shot in my entire life was an 89 one time, but that was years ago. So now I pretty much play anywhere between about Like on a really good day, if I had a really, really good day, super good day, I might be able to shoot a 96. But those are few and far between. So pretty much you're talking about 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, right in that area. You go to the Rawls and play, man, it's so hard to even break 110 at the Rawls for me. It is just, I don't play that good of golf to be able to play that course.
Wow.
So, yeah. All right, enough about sadness of my golf game.
Well, I love to see, well, it's sad. You shouldn't celebrate in other people's misfortune. But whenever...
But you're going to?
I'm going to.
Okay.
But when you see these professional golfers who make hundreds of thousands of dollars playing the game of golf and they shoot a triple bogey, I'm going, hey, I can hang. I can hang with them. But the problem is their triple bogey is, because they're in those big sand bunkers.
Yeah, those pot bunkers they have in the British Open. Yeah.
And I'm going, if I played on that course, I'd probably be looking at 10 over, per hole.
Right. Yeah,
Because if they came and played our courses here, they'd probably shoot, 50.
30 under or something. Yeah, I know. It'd be ridiculous. Speaking of golf, we are playing in a four-person scramble coming up on Saturday, August 2nd. It's going to be at Meadowbrook. This is the Texas 635 tournament supporting law enforcement. 635, that was the badge number for Texas Tech Officer Floyd East Jr., who lost his life in the line of duty back in 2017. So this tournament has been put together to raise funds that go to fallen officer families and critically injured police officers, also providing some free local mental wellness programs for our law enforcement. So this is a really awesome organization they've put together here, Texas 635. So if you'd like to play in this tournament, it is August 2nd. That is a Saturday, and it's 8 a.m. A lot of people would be able to play. A lot of these tournaments, happen Monday through Friday. So to have one on a Saturday, that's actually nice if you actually have a job and you can't get out of work to go play golf. So you can actually go on a Saturday.
Or just don't tell your boss you're playing golf.
Well, that's what we do here, and it seems to have paid off for us for a number of years. So.
Our secret is that we invite the boss.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
When the boss wants to go play golf, it's okay to go play golf.
That's right. So if you'd like to get your team together, go to Texas635.com. That's Texas635.com. All right, coming
go
up
play
here.
Because we're playing.
Yeah. It's let's see. We got what are we gonna do with Mudflap gone? It's when you were gone, we just skipped the dirty laundry. Do you have any jokes today or anything?
I have a joke.
Okay, I am a dad. I guess I ought to do a dad joke, but I think it's more fun when you do a dad joke because, I don't know, just a mom doing a dad joke. I always enjoy this when Mudflap is gone. So we'll do that, and then I guess we got dirty laundry also.
Yes.
See, I know when Mudflap's gone, you have to do a lot more stuff.
On me.
Yeah, it is.
I think I need some compensation. Mudflap needs to give me his paycheck while I'm gone, or he's gone.
Do you really want that?
No, not really.
No,
I don't want to take any income from him.
No, you're so nice. I already do a lot of things here, so it's easier for you to take a little bit more than it is for me because I do a lot here.
Yeah.
You want to trade for a minute?
You know as far as running the board,
what we ought to do?
If you teach me how to run the board, I can do it.
No, I think what we ought to do is right now, I think we literally ought to trade, and you come over here and see if you can figure out what to do next.
Well, here's the deal. You say figure out. I know how to do a dad joke. I know how to do birthdays. I can do all that. You've never taught me how to do the board, and I think you do that deliberately.
Well, I didn't teach you how to do a dad joke.
That's different.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. I think it'd be funny if you come over here and just see what needs to happen.
All right.
Next.
Works for me. I will just push every button I can.
Okay, maybe we shouldn't do that.
I'll try.
No, that's all right. All right. I'm sorry. That was that. Now you're going to be all angry all morning.
Tammy's like, can you really keep up with texting, Jeff? Because whenever I'm gone, everybody complains about you guys not keeping up with the texting. Ooh, ouch. Yeah, you're looking at me. Oh, I'm number one. Yay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And that's all right.
You can defend that.
Well, I can because I'm doing all of this over here. Nobody has any idea all the things that have to be done on this end right here. And it's impossible to do all the texting and do all of this right here. It really is.
Derek says, just give it up, Jeff. You're not going to win.
I know. And then Tammy, wah, wah. All right.
I love our gang.
I'm never responding to another text ever. All right. It's 7:40.